Hey, this is Mr. PC with some information. People always ask us about water damage on phones. So here we have an iPhone 6s that came in with water damage. It was dropped into a toilet, and people always ask us what's the best thing to do if a phone is water damaged and how successful the repair can possibly be. What we typically end up doing, we take the phone apart and we get the motherboard out and we try to wash and clean the motherboard. Because what happens when water hits the motherboard, it makes corrosion. And that corrosion makes impurities come on the board and the phone usually shuts off or stops functioning. Now, water in itself does not usually kill a phone. Okay, and I repeat that again, water in itself does not usually kill a phone. What usually kills a phone is what the customer does afterwards in the time that follows. Most iPhones or most phones, when they get wet, they'll automatically shut off. At that point in time, you must leave the phone alone. Do not try to turn it back on. Okay, because a phone or most electronic devices are smart enough to know that when they get wet and there's an overload in electricity or surge, they power off. They're done. Okay, your next job is then to get it to somebody like us who can take it apart and dry it out very quickly. Okay, most people, they'll sit up there and they try to say, well, I'm gonna put this in a bag of rice or something and I'm gonna leave it. Problem is, the bag of rice might take a week for it to dry out, or 4 or 5 days for it to dry out. We can dry this out in 10 minutes. Okay, that 1 week gives the time for the pieces on this board that get wet to rust. Okay, rust is different. When something rusts, it eats away metal on the board. We can't clean that. We can't fix that most of the time. Okay, the other thing is people do is when the phone cuts off, they instinctively say, well, I'm going to wait 5 minutes magically and I'm going to start trying to turn it back on. So they wait and they turn it on and it comes on and it shuts off again. Then they wait some more and they turn it on and it shuts off again. Right around the 5th or 6th or maybe the 10th time, it doesn't come on anymore. So they give up. At that point in time, they bring it to us and say, hey, I didn't do anything. My phone was water damaged. Can you fix it? Well, it's too late then, because most likely that 10th or 11th time, water got on something and instead of it just shutting off, the board burned itself out. So just to recap, the quickest thing if this gets in water or water gets in, yes, dry it out, get some of the water out of it. Do not turn it on. If it's ill on, turn it off. Shut it off quickly and get us to us as soon as possible. If, let's say you're on vacation and you cannot find somebody that can service it, fine, put it in rice, but leave it alone. Do not try to charge it. Do not try to turn it back on. Get it to us as soon as possible because we can dry it out and start the process of cleaning off the corrosion within literally minutes. Anyway, this is Mr. PC. Our phone number is 803-218-9163. Call MrPC.com. Thank you very much.